Hello students. Today we are going to learn about price elasticity of demand. Price elasticity of demand is module 2, topic 1 under business economics, semester 1 paper. Eventually we will also be studying 3 other types of elasticities of demand, namely income, cross and promotional elasticity of demand. So to begin with, let us today first understand what is price elasticity of demand. The general concept of elasticity helps us to understand the 4 following types of elasticities of demand: price elasticity of demand, income elasticity of demand, cross elasticity of demand, and promotional elasticity of demand. Today we are going to understand what is price elasticity of demand. But before that, we have to understand what are we going to learn when we are going to study what is elasticity of demand. The elasticity of demand allows us to analyze the supply and demand with greater precision, and it is also a measure of how much buyers and sellers are going to respond to the changes in the market conditions. The price elasticity of demand is given by the percentage change in quantity demanded of the commodity divided by the percentage change in price. In other words, the price elasticity of demand is the percentage change in quantity demanded due to the percentage change in price. It is important to remember that demand curve for most of the commodities is downward sloping due to the inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded of a commodity. Hence, the value of price elasticity of demand will always be negative. However, while interpreting price elasticity of demand, the negative sign is often ignored or also omitted. Let us now understand how to calculate price elasticity of demand. As we are aware, the price elasticity of demand measures the responsiveness of quantity demanded to the change in the price of a commodity. The price elasticity of demand is given by percentage change in quantity demanded of the commodity divided by the percentage change in the price, keeping all other variables constant under the demand function. So we have over here EP, which is generally calculated in the following way. It is percentage change in quantity demanded, resulting from a percentage change in the price. Further, to elaborate it, the same formula can also be written as EP is equal to delta Q upon delta P multiplied by price upon Q. This helps us to understand and calculate point elasticity of demand. Now, if we move further, we will try to see what is delta Q. Delta Q is nothing but new quantity minus the old quantity, and similarly delta P is nothing but new price minus the old price. This will give us information of delta Q and delta P. P, however, is the original price, and Q similarly is the original quantity, Suppose we take up an imaginary example where we have a simple demand curve which is downward sloping. We have price on the y-axis of commodity X, let us say X is apples, and here we have quantity demanded of apples on the x-axis. Let us consider 2 points over here, point A and this is point B. This is the price at point A and this is the quantity demanded at point A. Further, let's move down a little, and what we get is quantity demanded at point B. Now suppose let us say that the price of apples, the price of apples at point A is initially 10 rupees a kg. Over here it is initially 10 rupees a kg, and eventually it drops down to something like 5 rupees a kg, drops down to 5 rupees a kg at this point, as a result of which the quantity demanded also gradually increases, let us say from 50 kgs to as much as 80 kgs. Now when we substitute all these values in these equations, then we arrive at the following formula, which helps us to determine what is going to be the elasticity of demand at point A. Say for example, we get plus 30, that is, new demand is 80, old demand is 50, so 80 minus 50 gives us what is called as 30. Similarly, the new price is 5 minus the old price 10, and therefore we arrive at what is called as minus 5 as the new price, multiplied by the original price, which is 10, and the original quantity, which is 80. When we solve this, we arrive at something called as minus 1.2. This minus 1.2 elasticity again explains to us that the relationship between demand and the price is inverse. There is an inverse relationship between the price of commodity like apples and quantity demanded of apples, and as a result of which we realize that the inverse relationship shows us that the point moves from point A to point B on the demand curve, and in the meantime the quantity demanded has also increased from 50 kgs to 80 kgs as a result of a fall in the price. This fall in the price explains to us that the relationship between demand and quantity demanded is inverse. However, the elasticity of demand remains at minus 1.2. The usual demand curve is a downward sloping linear line or is a downward sloping demand curve. However, the variety of demand curves can be classified into inelastic demand curve or even an elastic demand curve. Under inelastic demand, the quantity demanded does not respond very strongly to a change in the price. The price elasticity of demand is usually less than 1 in such cases. We can cite necessary and essential goods and services under the category of inelastic demand. Elastic demand, on the other hand, is a type of a demand curve where quantity demanded responds strongly to the changes in the price and the price elasticity of demand is greater than 1. For example, we can cite comforts and luxuries in the category of elastic demand. So this is in short how to measure price elasticity of demand whenever there is a change in the price. The price elasticity of demand once again is calculated as the percentage change in quantity demanded divided by the percentage change in the price. If the demand curve is elastic, total revenue falls when the price rises, and if the demand curve is inelastic, total revenue will increase when the price increases. Hope you all have understood the concept of price elasticity of demand.